It's time for destruction and genocide. None shall be spared, not even the women and children. What's good, Liberators? Fingers here, and this is the Dx2 files. And today we are going to be discussing one of my personal favorites, the Genocide Enthusiast, Xana. Christian name, unknown. Let's get deep inside her. A hollow emanated from the aura. Unlike other hollows, her wish is to learn about humans, not become one herself. Her ability to summon demons awakened only after Hayate gave her his smartphone. She is also a bit of a recluse and an MMO gaming addict, which should endear her to most of us out there. Her skill set: Xana excels at taking the initiative and acting fast in battle. Very true. She is also especially useful for exploring and battling in Oregate 2. Decidedly not true, and we'll get into why. So let's check out her skills. Her big assist, minus 20% attack of all enemies, which, hey, if you run her in PvP as I do, when that kicks off, fantastic. Never hurts to nerf your enemies by 20%. Never hurts at all. And here's one of her biggest assets, and the reason I like her so much for my PvP random team. Agility plus 5, plus 12% to agility of all party members, making her the fastest Dx2 out there. And if you're running a speedster team, going first is your primary concern, because all speedster teams are made of paper. So if you go second, you are done. Game over 99.9% of the time, unless the other speedster team is so ridiculously underpowered, you're smoked. So going first needs to be your primary concern. I fought myself going back and forth between using Xana and someone like Carbon Black, who I also love and will discuss just as soon as Sega gets around to limit breaking him. Come on, guys. It's been a while. Get on that. But those two, he gives you the strength, but she gives you the agility. And plus 12 agility to every one of your party members, that effect on your battle speed cannot be understated, which is why I choose Xana above all others. And for a few other reasons as well. MP time, 15% chance to increase regenerated MP of all party members by 1. Now this is for 1 turn only, so 15% per turn. So if it triggers, you're not getting plus 4 MP for the entire rest of the battle, but for that 1 turn, all your demons will recover 4 MP every turn instead of just 3. Which is, hey, fantastic when it pops off, especially for PvP. You can't rely on it, but when it's there, it's huge, especially for a speedster team who's constantly running on the low end of the MP side. So having this pop off, fantastic. It just adds that much more flavor to the mix and makes her just that much more useful to have that little kick every now and then. Just do it 3. And one of her primary assets, plus 15% to critical hit rate of all party members when attacking first. This, when combined with Asura Lord, and combined with Kardikea, who also add innate critical hit rate boosts, you can have your entire team with a natural 75% crit rate alone, not counting your brands, not counting the skill they're using, having a critical percentage base built into it. You can reach obscene levels of critation with just these 2 demons and Xana. And it's just, if you're running Speedster Fizz, this is something that needs to go into your calculus in a huge way. Whereas Carbon Black, I believe he's got, well, I know he has the 10% to critical hit damage, but I do not believe he has critical hit rate boosting abilities. So there's a toss-up there. there's an argument to be had, but having this on her just makes her that much more viable, especially for the Speedster Fizz team, and which is why, again, another reason Xana excels in PvP on the Speedster side of things. Chin up 2, plus 10% to healing skill effectiveness, and that's nice. That's nice, but healing in PvP it's a losing battle. This game is the very definition of the best defense is a good offense. And if you have any quote-unquote healing on your team, it's in the form of just straight revivals, because you throw out a Samakame, your demon comes back at full health. Meanwhile, the healing skills only heal a few hundred HP, which is just not enough to keep up with the tidal wave of damage your opponents are going to be doing. You're better off putting them down hard, putting them down fast, before they can even unload on you and giving you something to heal in the first place. So it's nice, it's there, but not terribly useful in any context I have used her for. Always strike first 2. 10% chance of casting Rokunda on the first turn when attacking first. Again, playing into her strike first, strike hard motif. 10% chance to reduce your enemy's defense by 20 off rip. Hey, when it pops, PvP, fan-freaking-tastic. Unreliable, but hey, it adds a little spice to the mix when you see it, and it can only help with your Speedster team inflicting the maximum amount of pain in that first turn, because if you do not inflict maximum painage in that first turn, you are done for. Here's the main event, which is decidedly not the main event, and I will get into why. Xana here and also Siren are two failed examples of what Sega was trying to do with these two Dx2s, and they were trying to make them Oregate specialists. And I dig that. That's fantastic. Each Dx2's got its own specialty, but you don't want to be running her in Oregate. Unless your team is suffering from an agility deficit that you can in no other way compensate for, which is not really an argument because there's speed brands, there's speed percentage boosts on the feet and all other tertiaries, but in the main slot on your feet, you can boost that speed up in any other way. Here's the main event. Reduces MP use of your party members in Oregate 2 by 1 MP. So if your skill costs 5 MP to shoot off, with her in Oregate 2 only, it will cost 4 MP. Here's why this sounds good but is useless. Do you know when this would have been useful? During the 54 climb of Oregate 2. Okay, when you were fighting 50 bosses, one boss per floor, in protracted battles, this would have been very, very useful. But when do you get Xana on your team? After you have cleared the entirety of Oregate 2. The same problem with Siren. She would have been useful on the climb up, but not so much after the fact, because what do we go to Oregate for once we've cleared all the floors and we've gotten the story out of it? You go there to farm resources. That's it. You go there to get mag and maca and fusible demon fodder and all the other stuff that comes from Oregate. And neither of these two Dx2s have any skills that benefit your farming capabilities. If you want two Oregate specialists, you want Megakin as your main, and you want Eileen in your backup party. Megakin gets you more demons and ensures that a failed talk doesn't have the demons strike at you immediately, ensuring you can always go first and never have to worry about a botched negotiation screwing up your auto run. And Eileen ensures you gain the most resources from your farm. And that's what 99.9% of the time, that's what you're in Oregate for. Because once you clear it, that's all there is to do. And neither of these two Oregate specialists have anything that help you acquire resources in Oregate. All they had to do to make these two ladies viable was give them a skill that gave you a percentage boost of magnetite that you get from the battles. That's it. 10% magnetite gain, 15% magnetite gain. That's it. And these two would have been ideal for going into Oregate because that's primarily why you're there, the mag. All the other stuff, the Mitamas, of course, that's another one. But primarily you're there for the mag. And giving these two ladies a magnetite skill, just like Eileen's Maca plus 10%, 15%, it's not a game-breaking thing, but it would make them true Oregate specialists and ones that you would be at least having a debate. Okay, do I want to put Eileen in there to get more items, or do I want to put Xana in there to get more magnetite? Or do I want to risk using both of them and getting rid of Megakim, but that makes it riskier with the negotiations? Hey, it would give you a calculus to consider. But as of now, Oregate specialist, I just, Sega, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Okay, rant over. Moving on. Gotta sterilize demons 3. 100% chance to inflict 10% fractional damage on all enemies based on their maximum HP with a maximum of 1000 damage at the end of own turn during Oregate 2 battles. Okay, so you're fighting a battle, your turn ends, and she instantly knocks about 1000 health because the demons you're fighting in Oregate 2 generally have 10, 20, 30,000 HP. They've got a nice chunk. Here's the problem with this. Again, when would this have been most useful? During those protracted boss battles while you were climbing Oregate 2. And again, we don't get Xana until all of that is done and dusted, which is another ginormous fail on Sega's part. I honestly don't know what they were thinking here, because if you're running Oregate, for lack of a better word, correctly, okay, you are flatlining every random encounter on the first turn. You're acting first and you're wiping them out. It's very possible to do, even with 4-star demons in Oregate 2. You can pull this off. So this is just, I just don't see the point of it. I mean, especially since, again, the demons you're fighting have 20,000, 30,000 hit points. They've got a nice chunk. Some of them have a real nice chunk. And only doing 1,000 fractional damage to them is not going to be terribly beneficial in any sense of the word, especially since your battles aren't going to, even if you're dragged into a turn 2, which is unlikely. Even then, this doesn't act until the end of the turn, and if you can't put them down in turn 1, they're definitely going down in turn 2, which means this will only fire off once, maybe. I just don't see what they were thinking when they cooked this one up. So finally, and probably most underwhelming of them all, Hospitality 2. 40% chance of revealing the gimmick of one gimmick room upon entering a floor in Oregate 2. Just why? Why would this be useful when everyone goes into Oregate, right? You pop an Oregate, right? Pop an Oregate 50, right? To get the Oregate 2 floor 50 to get the most bang for your step buck. And what do? You hit the friggin' auto button. And then the AI proceeds to walk to every single chest and you open it. And if you want to get real wacky, well, then you hop down to floor 49 and then you hit auto again and then go to all the chests. This does not help you in any form or fashion because no one's manualing their treasure hunt. Okay? It just, and I don't know if they've since updated this, since it's been a long while since I bothered to put her in Oregate 2 to check her out. But what I found was that if you go into an Oregate floor and Hospitality triggers, it reveals a room, and then you hit auto, you will walk past that room. This is how it was originally. I do not know if today, as of the recording of this video, if that has been updated or patched. I am not sure. Either way, I find this to be completely useless. Because I had a blast manualing Oregate 2 on the climb up, exploring it, doing the story, talking to the little NPCs all around. That's when I was manualing Oregate 2. The time for manualing is over. We are there to auto and auto only while we get back to playing that video game that other game we're playing at the same time, while watching a streamer play a different game, because that's what we do now. Or, you hit that auto button, you get back to work, or get back to your schoolwork, whatever it is. That's how we farm Oregate. Okay? Knowing this does not help you in any way, shape, or form. And it's doubly confusing because, again, originally, it would reveal if there was a treasure chest in the room or not, and whether it was the magnetite box or whether it was a orange treasure box. They both had the same icon, so you couldn't even tell whether it was something that you were looking for. Say you were just looking for the mag chest to get your daily mag chests out of the way. Even then, it doesn't help you because you don't know. It could have been either or. Again, I don't know if they altered this it's been a long time since Xana came out, so I don't know if in the intervening months they changed that. But as far as I know, it's still the same. And either way, tremendously underwhelming. And I really hope they do something with both Siren and Xana just to make them more Oregate viable in the farming capacity. Because again, that's why we're there. There's no other reason to go to Oregate aside from getting that mag and those other resources. So do these ladies some justice, Sega. Make them viable for farming purposes. Then they will be true Oregate masters. And that is my rundown of Xana. A+ PvP viability. Oregate exploration viability. I will be generous and say a D-. D-. So runner in PvP, if you love the Speedster team as much as I do, and I will see you on the field of battle, Liberators. Just remember, don't get captured.